All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Memo podcast. And thanks to Jose, he got us a guest today. Our guest today is Terrence Crawford. What's going on, man?
Oh, just heating up a good little wax bowl here, heating up the nail. About to take a good rig with the homies.
All right, man. Well, we've actually
Memo, you taking a hit today?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry, Terry, but I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall asleep on my own podcast.
Came over here with that sticky. I know y'all can't see it on the light on the camera or over the voice recording, but we got that good clear wax.
Nice.
So, we've actually known Terry since the entire time we lived in Keller.
Cheers to the devil.
Yeah, we've actually known Terry the entire time we lived here in Keller.
One of our oldest friends.
Yeah, so
for sure.
I know in the past we've had some heated debates and arguments with Terry, like while we've been drunk.
Now we get to record them.
Yeah, now we get to record it and see how it goes, dude.
I love it.
But
for y'all that don't know Terry, the motherfucker can talk, right?
Yeah, he can talk.
Honestly, if y'all do get to if you first meet me, I am pretty just like a chill, laid back, observatory ass motherfucker.
But we know you.
But when you get to know a motherfucker,
we know you, so we can talk to.
I'm a talking ass motherfucker. Yeah.
So all right, we're just gonna go through it. We have a couple things we want to talk about, but we don't have a set thing. We'll see where it goes. And
usually we do music. Last time we did an episode on Nipsey
Hussle. Yeah, that was
rest in peace, Nipsey. We still haven't gotten over it. It hasn't been too long, not even a week.
They found his murderer.
Yep.
They found his murderer.
Pleaded not guilty.
Yeah, so we'll see how that ends up going.
Do you hear that they found him, or that he got caught inside
a mental,
checking himself into a mental institution?
Did you hear that, Terry? That the guy who killed Nipsey?
Yeah, sorry guys, I was just ripping the dab over here. It's not the jokes. Real.
Do not apologize for that, Terry.
Woo. Did you?
All right. Yes, I did hear about that. I actually watched the video. Dude is definitely crazy. That's some hood ass.
You think he did it to get off?
Yeah, he's not crazy.
Well, no. He probably did it to get off.
He got caught there on purpose.
No,
yeah, exactly.
Did,
yeah,
for sure. He's trying to plead insanity.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
But
exactly
he is just some crazy killing motherfucker. From the hood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him and Nipsey apparently got into a dispute earlier in the day, and then he left and came back, and that's what happened.
Well, and I'm kind of glad y'all brought this topic up. This is a topic I was kind of discussing with some coworkers and stuff of mine that
You got white people talking about Nipsey?
No, I actually got some. I got some Hispanic homies at the
Oh, okay. I was like,
no.
I was like,
anyways.
What?
No, so we were talking about the whole discussion and everything, and more or less we got kind of down. I got from them more or less was the the whole topic of if you try to present yourself a certain way and sell yourself as a certain way, and ride a certain way, and then all of a sudden you kind of flip script, it's like selling out. It's like however you want to look at it,
Nipsey's been about that stuff from the time he started making music, even before he's invest and getting his people jobs and stuff like that. So.
Oh, a lot of musicians are without a doubt, but at the same token, there's still that, with the hardcore rap side, we
That's
still
what we
gotta be
say on the podcast.
Yeah.
Violence and shit like that just comes with rap music. It's
hard
to avoid it, and I mean it's a pretty not gruesome, but I mean just rap itself.
No, but it's one of those live by the sword, die by the sword type of things. Unfortunately, it's one of those.
Unfortunately, he was a good guy, and
you just got caught up in something that shouldn't have happened to him,
But I think that him dying, and I know I said on the last episode, him dying is it's gonna make his message. It's gonna bring more light to his message, and more other people will be able to, go through with it and make it even into a bigger thing.
That's the whole idea of creating what's known as a legacy, right? Something that's gonna perspire, not even just past your generation to the, your kids' generation, your grandkids' generation.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about music. I mean. Like I said, it depends on, if you rap a certain way or you talk about certain things, and then you flip the script, I can see where other people might have contradictions on that. I could care less. Music's music, in my opinion.
It's a reflection of the artist, of what they go through, their personal stories.
And the way I see it is hey, they're growing, they're advancing themselves. But, you know, you got a lot of haters in the world, and unfortunately with the haters, they don't want to see somebody turn for good, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's more or less what I'm trying to get across, I guess, in my whole message in this is like, there's a lot of haters that don't want to see people do better.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I don't want to talk about it too much because I know we talked about it last episode, but we put a clip of Boosie and saying that most rappers die in their own town, their own city, because it breeds jealousy and envy and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Well, let's get on a more positive note.
Yeah, I know this episode's gonna be a little bit more positive, man. We're not trying to be all down and shit like last episode. So spreading positivity.
The power of positivity.
Yeah, exactly. POP. So we're having a positive episode, man. So Terry, so we're gonna go. Should we talk about some stories, like some back in the day stories, just to kind of let people know who you are and what our relationship is with you and stuff like that?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think that would definitely, you know, bring some light onto, you know, because y'all have a good brother relationship. Everybody knows that, obviously, but because y'all mentioned that in the podcast.
Somewhat.
So do you remember how we met? By any chance? I know I've talked about it with John. I think I know how I met your brother, but I don't know for sure if I remember how I met you. Do you know?
I think I met y'all both at the same time. I think you and me were like played catch or something, and then I met John because of that, some shit like that.
Yeah,
throw a baseball around or some shit.
It was some random kind of kid in the neighborhood, like. You know, and that's what it should be, you know, like some kids in the neighborhood just out.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. I just thought of something, Terry. I have to know, what did you guys think when you saw me? Because in case, you know, people don't know, I'm albino.
Hella albino.
So,
not
exactly.
Not just albino.
Full blown.
Like,
exactly.
Motherfucking, he's see-through albino. Okay?
Yeah, so, what did you think,
brown,
what did you think when you first saw me? Like, y'all were a lot younger and probably more naive, so what did you think when you saw me? Because I know other people have thought, like, I was an old man and some other shit, so what did you think when you saw me?
So, when I first saw you, obviously, I knew you were a kid, you know, but I was like, damn. This fool whiter than me, you know? So, obviously I didn't say those words because I was probably like 6, so... But in my head, this is what I'm thinking, you know?
It was probably your first time seeing an albino as well.
Definitely first time seeing albino.
You probably didn't know...
How many albinos have you seen since?
Other than National Geographic? 0.
Dude, no, I saw an albino. I saw an albino, dude. Okay, so on my birthday...
Unless I just, like, passed by one and didn't even recognize it was just, like, white person.
Dude, you know? I saw an albino one time when I went to the club on 7th.
That shit can happen.
When I went to the club on 7th, I saw an albino, and I was with my cousin.
Was he Mexican, black?
I don't know. No, hold on. I don't know what he was, but my cousin's like, "Hey, man, go hang out with the albino." I was like, "What? No, I don't want to hang out with him." And he's like, "Dude, come on." And I was like, "Nah." So I didn't go. I didn't go hang out with him, and then later... In the night, I saw him and he was in VIP getting bottle service. I was like, fuck, dude. That was a missed opportunity. I should have gone to go hang out with him, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hold up. If you had a fucking straight albino squad rolling up, just straight pimp status, all white tuxes.
Damn.
You know.
In Miami.
Club.
Straight chilling.
Not giving a fuck. Just, hey, I got a see-through bag and it's full of cocaine.
Yeah,
I'm white.
Busting on the table.
Hell albino white.
This is the positivity.
I got albino cocaine and I'm albino white.
I don't do drugs, so I can't relate. I drink. That's
you smoke a little weed every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah, but I'm not.
But for people that don't know, Memo doesn't like to drink much. He doesn't smoke at all.
I am a social drinker and a social smoker. That's about how
he drinks for this podcast. Extremely well. He drinks just as much as I do, honestly.
Hey,
like Memo.
No, actually, I don't think Jose doesn't like to go out. He likes to stay inside.
I don't like to get in trouble.
So Jose hasn't seen me at my worst, okay? And I want to get into it whenever we bring people like Bash on, because Bash has seen me face plant. He's seen me do all that. So Jose is under the impression that Memo don't drink.
No.
But Jose
don't drink that much.
No, yeah. I don't drink.
Obviously, when you go out, blah blah blah, you're at the club, you're at the bars. I mean, obviously, you're gonna drink, just as much as everyone else.
Yeah.
And I mean, we FaceTimed before when you're belligerently drunk and you don't remember.
Hell yeah.
But you don't get as drunk or stoned
I've
or
seen
whatever as often
Memo
as most of
fucking
us.
plastered ass drunk before.
Was it the New Year's party?
Multiple parties, especially at Ronnie's house. Every time at Ronnie's house.
Dude, yes, I've definitely
a little
blacked out.
inch of the bottle left, and he's just like, Terry.
shot.
She's fucking holding the bottle up, can't see nothing. Like, bro.
That's some shit I would do. When I'm at parties, my go-to, I have my bottle of Hennessy, does not leave my hand.
Yeah.
It's glued to me, no chaser, straight out the bottle. That's how
VSOP.
That's how I turn up.
I remember Jose was drinking a Coke one time and he was chasing it with Hennessy. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, drinking Hennessy, man.
Drinking
So,
Hennessy.
that's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it, boys. So, Terry, what's the drunkest you've ever been? Which you probably don't remember, but what's the drunkest people have told you? You've
No, the absolute drunkest I have ever been was when I went down to Mexico.
I already like this story.
You're on vacation, I'm guessing?
I was on vacation, bro. Listen to this. So I was down there for a one of my mom's personal trainers. She was getting married, and I went down there for the vacation because I was like, "Fuck it, why not? You know, turn up."
Of course.
I had the money to go down, so I went.
What year was
It
this?
all inclusive. This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Like, yeah, two and a half years ago.
So you what, 23?
Yeah, I was 23 years old. I got shredded as fuck. I was super, super fucking ripped as hell.
Were you Dan Bilzerian drunk? Turning up, living life in Mexico?
Dude. Oh my God. So, I woke up. Alright, we got there. We landed Friday. I think it was like Friday, something like that. Thursday or Friday. And we, everybody was drinking. I had a horrible headache. I had like one drink. I was like, fuck this. I'm going back to the room. I'm just going to pass the fuck
Is it
out.
like an all-day thing? Like once you wake up,
Yeah,
you start drinking and keep going?
Yeah, so I woke up the next morning. I was like, party.
Of course.
Threw on the swim trunks, threw on the sunshades, straight out to the beach. Actually, no, I went and got breakfast. I went and got, they had some bomb-ass breakfast down there in Mexico, too, bro. Like, the chocolate milk tastes like straight chocolate. Like, if you ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like the fountain of the chocolate.
That's what that shit was.
That's what that shit was.
That thick mud.
I was just like, all right, I'll take a gallon of this shit.
So how do you know that was the absolute drunkest you've been?
Because
tell us what happened.
I drunk mojitos all day. And then, literally, after I ate breakfast, I went and got to the beach, started drinking mojitos, had service. They were just coming, Went to the pool, got a shit ton more. Just chilling at the pool all day, fucking getting hella drunk in the sun. And then it was wedding time, so we went all fucking changed, went did the wedding. And then after the wedding, it was tequila shot time. They had the good, expensive tequila,
Yeah, of course, it's a wedding.
Right after the wedding, right? So there was I shit you not, 7 glasses that weren't touched, that were just poured up with shots in them. And I was looking around, I was like, is no one taking these? And I just dumped them all into one glass, and I said cheers to everybody while they were doing their cheers with the fucking tequila and champagne, bro.
And you just hammered it.
I just hammered that shit, and then we
going.
went to the dinner, and I fucking remember.
So you were already on another level by the time dinner was going on.
Yeah, and then dinner hit, and then so I was drinking mojitos at dinner, and then this dude was like, "Hey, do you like scotch?" And I was like, "Sure."
You're like, "Of course,
Of course. I'm not gonna turn down scotch."
Scotch neat? What'd you drink?
Yeah. What you mean? Like, of course. Give me scotch on the rocks.
Yeah.
So, I had scotch, drank that shit. Then after that, we went to a little after celebratory drink session.
And it's still going.
So, we're still hammering fucking drinks. I went back to the mojitos, obviously, because I'm down in Mexico.
Yeah.
Mojito's my drink down there. So I'm just hammering mojitos. And then everybody was trying to figure out what they're going to do. And then a couple of us decided we were going to go to the club that was at the resort. So we went to the club that was on the resort. I went in to the club that was at the resort. Okay? And I started dancing.
Grab me one, Memo.
And I started hammering drinks that people just started handing me, bro. I mean, because I was dancing, people were
And you went with a group of people, or these random people handing you drinks?
No, then I started dancing with other fine little Mexican bitches and shit,
Hey, women, okay, fine.
No,
So,
they
yeah.
bitches.
The,
You on vacation, they bitches.
they all bitches until
They
I
all
say
bitches.
that's my woman. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Until I'm like, that's my woman. You don't say that. You know? Until then, they all bitches.
Okay, so go ahead, Terry.
Anyways, so I was macking on the bitch. And I don't know shit about her.
You're like, I don't even know what she's saying.
And I don't know a damn word she's saying. People are like, I like the way you dance. They keep handing me drinks. And they're like, go green, go, go.
You're calling him gringo.
So I'm fucking hammering drinks. And then all of a sudden I looked at my homeboy. That was the only person left in the fucking club with me. And I was like, I'm going to bed. I'll see you later. This is the last thing I remember.
You didn't take going home or nothing?
Bro.
You were that drunk, you're like, I'm
The
sleeping.
next thing I remember was waking up in my fucking room, butt naked. My clothes were soaked on the ground next to me. Grass stains all over my shit. Like,
So you walked home.
I walked back to the room, or tried to.
From the club to the room?
Security brought my ass back is what ended up happening. They brought me back at God knows what time. I guess they found the right room, you know? They threw my ass in there, bro.
Yeah.
They probably asked me what my name was. I was like, Crawford.
I thought
You know what I'm saying?
I thought this was gonna be like some hangover shit in
Bro.
Mexico, get lost type shit.
I was. I died.
I died. You're like, it doesn't sound that extreme, but I died.
I literally died, dude. The
You
next,
resurrected. You woke up the next day.
I know. I woke up the next day, like, what the fuck happened?
Did you go get more mojitos?
Yeah, dude.
That's what the fuck I would have done.
I
dude.
left out of my room probably like 2 p.m. the next day. You know, I was fucked up, dude.
What'd your parents say?
Dude, they were laughing their ass off at me.
Terrence and Lisa were probably just as drunk.
Hell yeah. So dude, they told the story to everybody. So I get down to the fucking pool, everybody's hanging out. They're like, sounds like you had a great night. And I was like, I don't remember. Tell me. How about you tell me how?
Oh my god. What about you, Memo?
I've had a couple actually. I know recently, like maybe like 2 weeks ago, like I got denied entrance into the bar because apparently I was too drunk. They were like, "Nah, dude, you're too drunk," and I was like, "No, dude, I'm perfectly fine." And they were like, "Nah, dude, you can't come in." And I was like, "You're racist." And
You're
like,
racist.
racist against albinos. Like,
That
yeah.
happened to me once, but it was a Dizzy Wright concert. I got denied entrance inside,
Oh,
and I was fucked, dude. We were sitting right here in my garage pre-gaming. It was John, Tori, Brian, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was us three, and we were like, I had bought some tequila, and I didn't realize it because I could drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was taking shot after shot after shot. This isn't the drunkest I've ever been, but it goes with what he was saying. I got denied entry. By the time I know it, I was 15 shots deep before we left to go to the concert. So in the car, we had a little water bottle filled with tequila, and we kept taking swigs out of. But everyone was taking swigs except for me. Because I drank the most before everyone, and in the car is when it hit me. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm drunk, you know? And I thought I was fine, but as soon as we started walking up, like, we're sitting in line waiting to go in, and I fucked up. As soon as we got up to the bouncer, I took a little stumble. I, like, tripped on my feet a little bit. I didn't fall or nothing, but I stumbled. And then I got back up.
You're too drunk.
I got back up confident as fuck, you know? I was like, what's up? You know, I showed him my ticket. He was like, nah, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah, no, that happened.
And
to
I
me.
was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, you gotta go. I was drunk in Dallas on my own, bro. Like,
Damn,
just by yourself.
no, well, Tori came back eventually. Or not eventually, but she was
I would have
like,
left you outside, man.
No,
I'm not missing no concert.
We just drove around and smoked blunts in Dallas for the rest of the night.
Okay,
but
but
that was definitely not the drunkest I've ever been.
when that happened to me, they were like, I guess they saw me walking up the stairs, and I guess I kind of fell back, and they saw me, and then they're like, nah, man, you're too drunk. The funny part is we left and went to another bar, and they let me in. They didn't give two fucks.
Yeah.
And then Tyler was like, all right, man, let's go back. So I was like, dude,
funny.
they didn't let me
It's
in the
not like
first
they're
time.
not- it's not like they're gonna forget
I was
who
like,
you are.
they didn't let me in the first time.
Yeah,
They're not gonna let. And then we go back. And then they're like,
You're-
dude, I already told you can't come in. I was like, Tyler, you
They
made
were like, this is how drunk you are? You forgot you already tried to come in here?
Bro, I told you once. Nah.
Yeah, no, I still think
Alright,
they were
so
just racist against albinos.
Alright.
And that wasn't the
this
most
isn't the
I've been
most
drunk, but-
I've ever been, but I was fucked up. And it was at school. This was my first senior year in high school. And I used to take a lot of, rest in peace, Jameson. I used to take a lot of Xanax back in high school. And me and Jameson, what we did is I was already barred out when I got to school.
Yeah.
I met up with Jameson, and we went and we bought some hydrocodones and I already had some other pills on me. So I'm starting to mix pills, doing all my bullshit, like the shit I used to do. And by this time, so when we're leaving school, I'm already barred out. So as we're running out, like we're walking out of school, we pass, what are those called, the portables or whatever?
Yeah, the portables.
We're walking out of the portables, you know, that ditch that leads into like the fucking, that little fence you can crawl right under. So we're walking down the hill, the security guard comes out. Hey, like, stop, blah, blah, blah. So we start running, and I sag a lot, or I used to at least, in school. So I'm sagging, we start running, my pants fall to my ankles. I fall over, start rolling down the hill. All right, and the security guard at this point, he's way too far. He's just watching. He just starts laughing. Yeah. He's not chasing us no more or anything. He's like, all right, these kids are basically gone.
Hell yeah.
You know, so they showed the footage to Cindy because she was like a aide in the office aide.
Yeah.
During this period, so they showed her the footage. They're laughing our asses off. Blah blah blah. Our dumb asses. After we picked up the pills, we came back to school. Okay, so we came back to school. Blah blah blah. I've skipped every period after that. So I'm walking around, blah, 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 my bullshit. I'm walking into everyone's class. Like, they're not my class. I'm going to every class except for mine. You know what I'm saying?
You might even walk
just talking to teachers. No, I ended up going to my class. I'm getting there. Okay. I ended up going to my class. So I'm walking around, going into every class, saying what's up to everyone knows me. So I'm going, talking to everyone. Because I'm barred out. You know, you get fucking talkative and friendly when you fucked up.
What's up, everybody?
So my boy Taki ends up has to carry me to my actual class, which he's in there with me. You know, I don't know if he was skipping or he was walking around or they told him, hey, come get him. Because he's a big guy, so he probably came to come carry me and shit. But on my way to class, Memo knows when I'm fucked up, I sleep. When I don't sleepwalk, I sleep piss. So I'm like basically sleeping, but I'll walk somewhere and just randomly pee.
Damn.
But I had the courtesy to wash my hands at least. But what I did is at this time, I guess you know those drinking fountains that you just bend over, you take a quick drink. I guess it looked like a urinal to me. I put my pants down right there in the middle of the hall, or whatever. I start peeing into a water fountain. This is why I got in trouble.
Absolutely. Public intoxication.
Taki ends up
obviously.
Luckily, nobody saw me pee. They only had it on camera, but there was like, a female come out of the restroom when it was happening. So I didn't get, charged with some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? That could have been bad.
He's like, bro.
Taki took me back to class. I just remember sitting in my chair. There's 4 people to a
Did
table.
Did you press the water fountain and wash your hands right there at the water fountain?
I don't know.
You might have, bro.
I
Could you
probably
imagine
did.
you just like
piss hands, dude? Washing my hands with piss water? I don't know, dude. But he ends up carrying me to the class that we were in. It was outdoor ed. You know that teacher. She loved us.
Coach Poff?
Yeah, she loved me. And she felt bad, but she's the one that snitched on me. I'm sitting there, I'm calling everyone by the wrong name. Like, I was calling Charles' girlfriend Taylor. I was calling her Allie the whole period. And me and her are good friends.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I'm like, Allie, do you have a pencil? Allie. The whole time.
She's like, who the fuck is Allie?
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? I am fucked. And the Coach Pop ends up fuck Mr. Brown, but she ends up emailing Mr. Brown like, hey, something's wrong with Jose. You need to come in here. You need to come get him. Blah, blah, blah. He comes into the office, and as soon as he walks in, I didn't faceplant, but I hit the desk so hard, lights out. I started snoring, bro. So they had to wake me up, take me to the office. His dumbass walks in front of me instead of behind me. Usually when they take you out, they escort you somewhere, they're supposed to walk behind you. But he was walking in front of me, like guiding me basically. So on that time, I don't know if I can get in trouble for this now. But while he was taking me to the office, I reached in my pockets because I'm like, damn, I'm fucked. I reached in my pockets, I take out like 3 or 4 more pills. I just throw them on the ground, you know what I'm saying? They didn't, I mean, he was walking in front of me, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? But I could have got fucked for that shit too. Because that's a controlled substance charge. But I just threw them.
That's a controlled substance charge.
Dude, that was one of the most fucked up. I mean, drunk. No.
That doesn't even nothing to do with you being drunk. It's just you being fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, fucked up,
bro.
You know, like
it's a trial and tribulation.
But wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute.
I got past all that bullshit.
Hold on, I was gonna say. How many years, just for the listeners, how many years have you been sober from pills and all that shit?
I quit taking prescription pills Well, I mean, I dabbled on and off, you know, like, I'd fuck with some Adderall if I needed, you know, if I'm working a long shift or some shit, but not as bad as y'all would think. But barbiturates and opiates, I haven't taken them since November 20th, 2014.
2014. That's dope. That's dope, dude. And Terry, I know you mentioned trials and tribulations. Jose, would you consider that one of your biggest trials and tribulations is getting off pills or no?
Biggest demon I've had, besides this this little bitch right here drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it had me by the balls, dude.
Yeah.
For about 3 years. I remember my parents would cry. They thought I was on heroin, dude.
Yeah.
I would come home, just sleep. Wake up, zombie, no talking. Memo can vouch for me. I slept for 3 days once.
Yeah.
I would literally, like I said, I'm a sleep pisser. I would wake up, you know, they would try talking to me. I wouldn't respond. I would just go to the restroom.
He would just go pee and then come back.
Go right back to bed.
Hell
They
yeah.
thought I was on heroin. I basically was. I mean, them opiates is nothing to play with, boy.
No.
Them opiates is heroin in a pill form.
You
I did a lot of codeine.
You even went to the hospital, right?
Yeah, a few times, yes, sir.
Yeah, stomach pumps, all kind of shit, bro.
Yeah,
That's not good.
It was when I started smoking. When I stopped, November 20th, when everyone was really concerned about me. People were always concerned about me. They always tried to help me, and I wasn't really helping myself until I started smoking tar, and that's the deepest. I've never shot up or anything, but I started smoking some black shit, and it was not good. And I mean, I just saw. Once I kind of opened my eyes, you know, I realized, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I never imagined myself doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started, you know, you're fucking foil melting down fucking oxys and shit. Like, you know, like, you start thinking about, you're like, this is nothing I would ever expect. Like, I never thought I would be doing this. You know, we would laugh at people, crackheads, calling them names and shit. I never imagined myself doing that shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of opened my eyes, you know, seeing everyone I know cry for me, you know, that really made me fucking change. And I quit cold turkey, the hardest fucking 6 months, whatever, of withdrawals, the hardest thing I've ever done. But,
yeah.
I mean, it was all worth it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm glad, for sure. I mean, I would not be around if I kept fucking doing that bullshit. Because, I mean, like you said, I mean, I ended up in the hospital like 3-4 times. Because of that bullshit. Like, the last time they were surprised that I lived. All the fucking shit I mixed, everything that was in my system, plus the alcohol that I was mixing, like,
yeah,
the doctors were surprised when I opened my eyes, for sure.
Yeah,
Shit was
but
awful.
that,
yeah.
you know, everyone is definitely proud of Jose for definitely, you know, beating his demon and, you know, being able to move on and all that shit.
One of them.
Yeah, I mean, you're still.
Why do you think people take so many drugs? Because they tried to tell me, they were like, are you trying to kill yourself? And I was like, no, what the fuck?
No.
And they tried to get me with a therapist, but I refused, so they let me go home. But they were telling me before I left, they were like, I want you to know, we think that you're subconsciously trying to kill yourself. Yeah. Without purposely doing it, but they think that the reason I'm ingesting so much, you know, and harming myself is because maybe something in my head is like wants it to happen. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. It was a weird thing for them to say to me, but I refused to see a therapist. So maybe they were just trying to leave me with those words before I left. But it was scary for sure.
So Terry, what about you, man? What do you think has been the biggest trial or tribulation you had to deal with?
I mean, compared to that, nothing, bro.
That got deep real
right,
bad.
podcast,
I'm over here tearing up thinking about it, like that was bad.
All right, guys.
Like,
thanks for listening, guys. Jose, the podcast is over. There's nothing really to talk about now.
No. That is like one of the biggest. You know, congrats to you, bro.
For sure, dude.
Because that's a big.
That's something
thing,
we
dude.
don't talk about much often anymore. It used to be a big fucking, you know.
No,
big
but
thing.
to be able to talk about those things, because you know, I mean, you're 23 years old, right? You know,
like, this was going on 17, 18, 19 when all this was going on.
I want people to listen to this, you know, because there's a lot of people out there,
that are probably struggling with the same thing.
Yeah,
you know,
or thinking about going this route, you know, and these are the things that you got to think about. Look, the hindsight is Jose had to live it, bro. I mean, you're seeing it, and fortunate enough, Jose was able to live through it. A lot of people aren't able to live through that shit.
A lot of our friends that we have
died, overdosed.
Exactly.
We know a lot of people that have.
So I encourage everyone. I encourage anyone that is going through this to definitely try and reach out to someone for help too, because
like just 2 days ago, I won't mention any names, but we had a friend from our high school that passed away because of drugs.
Yeah, so.
And that's just one name of a big list that we can name.
Yeah.
You know?
So if you're struggling with something, please reach out to a family, a friend, a family.
I mean, not just I was fortunate enough to get through it, but I was fortunate enough to have so many people.
Yeah.
Like on my side.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much dumb shit, no matter what I was doing, I had so many people still, like, you know, cheering me on and like those times I went through withdrawals. I didn't leave my house whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed home because I knew if I went, I deleted all my plugs numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I knew if I went out, blah blah blah, I might slip back up. I literally just stayed at home for like 6 months, and that's how I got through it.
For sure. You know, and
thank you to my mom and dad too. Our mom and dad that didn't fucking kick me out and say I'm done with your bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
They stuck through it the whole time. I'm a mama's boy. You know, like I've seen her cry too many tears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some real shit. I mean, for me, you know, it's I guess, you know, a good tribulation for me is just, you know, just getting out there and just getting it on your own, you know. And, you know, I same kind of thing, you know, I've always been kind of handed shit or had, you know, decent things at least, you know, I haven't had the nicest shit, you know, compared to other people in Keller, Texas and South Lake, you know, because they all have...
The areas around us.
Yeah,
sure.
they fucking, you know, super loaded, you know. So, I mean, I had decent things, you know. I was given good things. I'm not... Just
like us, I mean, we don't have as much money as y'all or as much money as other people, but, you know, our parents did what they did, and, you know, we were fortunate enough to have toys growing up and shit,
fortunate.
you know. Like,
oh, yeah. My mom and dad would tell me...
that
they would go through, like... For like Christmas and stuff, that they would go like pay like use the house rent money or like you know grocery money to get us gifts.
I was telling Memo and my sister the other day. My mom was telling me, I'm not gonna tell the whole big story because it's long, but a story that made me almost tear up. We were visiting family in Oklahoma when we were all younger.
Yeah.
And our tire blew out on the road trip there. And all, like, besides the money we had to spend while we were there, the only money that they really had saved up was the money for rent. And they used a portion of that money to get a new tire because, I mean, otherwise we'd be stuck in Oklahoma. And we're all little kids. We don't realize what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So we're all, you know, crying, saying we're hungry, blah, blah, blah. Or not crying, but just, you know, being annoying little kids. And finally, our parents take us to... Memo said it was Denny's.
Yeah.
I thought it was IHOP, but Denny's. You know, we get inside, we start looking at... My parents start looking at prices, you know, and start talking to each other like, damn, we can't afford... You know, there's 6 of us. Like, damn, we can't afford for all us to eat. And it made me sad because she told me my dad went and just sat in the car while all of us ate. And he went hungry that day because he couldn't afford for all of us to eat. So instead of him eating and wasting the money that he had saved up, he just sat in the car and waited for all of us to eat because we wouldn't stop fucking complaining about being hungry that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody definitely goes through their own trials and tribulations. Their families definitely do what they can.
Yeah.
And Terry, I know you said you worked for what you have, and same here. Like, you know, my mom and dad didn't buy me no cell phone. They didn't buy us.
I didn't have my first official cell phone with a plan till 12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and me and Memo went and got it on our own.
We earned and anything we buy, like, you know, like PlayStation,
every phone that it sucks and we're like, oh, we worked for what we had, but every phone I had before then was a stolen iPhone, jailbroken with a texting app. You know, I can only use with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to talk to hoes with only Wi-Fi?
Impossible.
Impossible. We can't meet up. I'll be there in 15 minutes, alright? I just gotta find you, alright? Because I don't have any Wi-Fi.
So, yeah, anything that we ever got, we definitely worked for. Terry, I know that you're doing that now.
Been doing that since I was 18, you know. Left home, went and moved down to New Orleans, you know.
Going to school, right?
I did some school there, but I was working offshore. Doing the oil field thing, you know, making some money.
How rough was that?
That was
That's a tough business.
Yes, it was a different experience. You know, it was a very big learning curve. You know, in my life.
And you were fortunate enough to know somebody.
Yes.
In that business that was able to reach a hand out and give you that opportunity to make a lot of money and learn something new. Yeah. So that was awesome.
No doubt.
Did you go to Mardi Gras, dude? I've never been to Mardi Gras.
Yes, I've been to Mardi Gras a couple times. It's pretty fun.
You bastards. I want to go to Mardi Gras.
Well, y'all aren't from Louisiana, but...
I guess I got that could be another really drunk story I got one time, dude.
Mardi Gras?
Fucked up Mardi Gras.
You have to, though. Yeah. It's just like in Mexico. I mean, you're gonna have to.
But, like, the Mexico one, like, I literally blacked. Like, I literally don't remember a portion of it. Like, I don't remember leaving the club.
Yeah, well, now, luckily, we have Snapchat and shit. Because you wake up with those drunk snaps.
Bro, why did I post
the next day, you start deleting them and
even
shit.
though half your friends
already
saw them.
But you have like 100 people that already saw them.
You're just like, fucking, I had to delete it, yeah.
People to see my drunk snaps.
Terry's FaceTime me drunk. He FaceTime me drunk. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, like, Terry, you're drunk.
Go to bed.
He's like talking to me about Lil Boosie. He was like, Terry, like, go to sleep, dude.
Lil Boosie's worth talking about, right?
Hell yeah.
He's over here
probably
drunk.
When I was in New Orleans, I was like, did you hear about Lil Boosie?
Yeah, fucking Terry drunk as shit talking about rap.
When he got
dude, remember when we were all rappers? I wanted to get Brian on an episode so we could talk about how we were all rappers, but there was a phase where Terry here was a rapper. And
he shitty rapper.
My new Lambo.
Terry, yeah, dude.
That pretty boy swag beat.
Yeah, dude.
But the thing about Terry is he would freestyle, and he can freestyle forever. Yeah. Is that you or someone else I'm thinking about?
No, I could freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle for a long time.
And pretty good.
Going.
Half of it would just be like like the most random shit too.
It was just little catchy rhymes.
I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. Everyone does it. I'm not just pointing you out, but like I think it's hilarious when you're just like going on and rapping, and then you say some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? On accident, and you're just like immediately you're like stop this fucking track. You're like throw this whole thing away.
My new Lambo. I'm like, all right, we need to cut this.
This is right now. We need to stop.
That was gay as fuck. So I was stuttering, Stanley gay as fuck.
But yeah, I definitely want to get Brian, Terry, anyone that we rapped with. Zach.
We need a reunion.
Yeah, a Starfleet reunion for a future episode. That would for sure be lit as shit.
That'd be awesome. Taylor Green.
For sure.
I miss Benji.
If we threw down on a beat one time, bro.
Threw down for the podcast?
No, hell no.
For the podcast?
Hell no.
Not tonight.
Tonight is
not drunk
tonight is not the night, Jerry.
But I'm just saying, like
that would be fun. That would be funny.
We could eventually make a little song that like starts off the podcast. A little like
our theme song. Terry, you can write our theme song.
No, I
don't know about that.
Yes,
Memo does need an opener. Memo does need a tag.
Dude, I don't even have a name for this podcast. I remember I told Jose. I told Jose, I was like, look, I don't know what this podcast is going to be called. I'm just going to call it the Memo Podcast for now. We're like 5 episodes in, and it's still called the Memo Podcast.
You're lazy.
I still don't have another name for it, dude. It's just the Memo Podcast now. That's just what it's going to be.
We were going to call it the...
Terry wanted me to call it something white. Like something about me being albino.
I did. I think I did say something about like being like... I forget what I said, but then...
That's your thing, though. You have to embrace that.
Yeah, John or Dylan said that you need to do, what was it, the transparent something.
See? Always about being white, dude.
No. Why not embrace... Like, that's who you are.
Dude, okay, so this is another thing about what I was going to say about my trials and tribulations. It's not really the biggest thing, but being albino is definitely really hard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
Especially since...
I could not handle it the way you do it. Like, I couldn't handle
dude, when I have
random people that I do not know staring at me.
Dude, when I have
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I had a cut on my lower eye right here one time, and people it was all swollen and shit, and I had butterfly stitches, and it was all fucking black and shit. And I was going to school, and people were looking at me, and that shit just made me uncomfortable.
Well, try that times a million for me, dude.
Saying, bro.
Well, the good thing about Memo is his vision's bad.
Yes.
So people, I can't see,
If I see someone looking at me, I'm going to ask them, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, that's actually happened. I'd be at Whataburger or wherever I am with friends, and I'm
and there's always those
not paying attention.
Say some funny shit.
I'm not paying attention to the people, but one of my friends will always see them looking, and they'll be like, "What the fuck are you staring at, bro?" And I'm just like, "Dude, chill." It doesn't bother me because it's been happening my entire life.
It bothers us though, because it's it's like
grow up.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to say that. I mean, I'm not comparing you to this, but you're not going to say that about, unless you're an asshole. No, I was gonna say like like
but
like an
seriously,
autistic kid or like something like that. Something
but like
someone that has like a disability. You're not gonna call them out or be rude to them because of it.
It's segregation. It's fucking yeah. It it is its own little like subcategory of like.
Being an asshole.
Being racist
rude.
asshole.
I'm blind, so I don't care.
But like
I've been dealing with it my entire life,
against
dude.
albinos, everybody can be racist against albinos.
Actually, no. You know what?
Memo's racist
I
against
realized.
albinos.
Yeah, I hate albinos.
Ask him if he'll ever date an albino
I hate
girl.
albinos, dude.
Ask him if
Hate
he'll
'em.
ever date an albino
They
girl.
freak me out, dude. Albinos freak me
you're
out.
like albino Hitler, but Mexican.
No. Albinos freak me out because
Imagine those white pussy
So this is
lips.
the thing, dude. This is the thing, right? When I see myself,
Oh, dude, I munch.
hold on, wait a minute, hold on. When I
I'll
see
taste
myself,
it, you're like,
when I
Is that pink flavor? Is that strawberry shortcake?
oh my god. So when I see myself, right,
It's
I don't.
hella uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, when I see myself, I don't see myself as any different from anyone else, right? I just see myself as Memo. But I remember one time we were all hanging out and we were all stoned, and I think it like clicked.
Albino bitch. I'm about to look.
This
her
nigga
up
Terry
right
just
now.
want to interrupt. I remember I was drunk and we were all hanging out, and I just remember like I think it like clicked all at the same time, and we're just like, dude, Memo, you're albino. You're different. Like it's weird.
In our own life, we just see you as like especially for me, like literally growing up with you since day one. I saw you as a normal person for the rest forever.
Yeah.
And I remember when I finally realized, like, damn, he actually is a little different.
Other than not being able to go outside, though, I don't think it's that bad. Just because
You're making it sound so bad for the people listening.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm unable to go outside.
I can't go outside
People
for
hate
that.
on
Yeah,
you. They
but
basically
wait, hold
wanna
on. So
call
let
you
me.
fucking nerd. No.
It's the thing is, if I was a normal
They
look,
got some sexy little albino models.
He's still going
except
for it.
some of these weird ones. But, yeah.
he's still going on with this. Okay, so like I think personally, if I didn't look albino, if I just like looked like Jose
You'd
or
be a
whatever,
boring-ass
I'd be
person.
just a regular ass person. Yeah, the reason I have so many friends, or the reason that I am who I
People
am,
attract to you. and
exactly. People come up to me.
Because as
Because
much
you are-
people,
you
as
are
much
different.
as much people as there is that are looking at you weird, there's just that many people
That are
want
interested.
to get to know
Yeah,
you.
exactly. So I don't personally think being albino is a trauma.
Because everyone always told me, they were like, dude, your brother is so cool, blah blah blah, shit like that. You know, and I'm like, are you kidding me, Memo? The most he still watches WWE. I was like, are you kidding me?
Are
Like,
you gonna come out to San Francisco and chill out with the Vatos with me? Is the question,
with the Vatos.
San Francisco.
bro. I go to the Bay once a year now.
Why are you going to San Francisco for?
The Bay, dude. Fucking, there's a lot of fine babes out in the Bay, bro.
I can't go to the beach, dude.
I hate California, so
You're
I have
hate
no
you.
comment on this.
I'm the
No
type of
comment
person
on
that would probably have to wear a turtleneck sweater to the beach, dude. I
No,
can't.
not
Fucking,
dude.
I can't fucking go out there
Just wear a frog top.
unless I go at night, dude. I'd be down to go to the beach at night.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, that'd be the best. And the sharks would probably sleep.
Remind me
and
never,
die.
never to invite Memo.
No, the sharks are always up. And
The sharks are
especially-
sleeping.
They're probably even more out at night than daytime.
Hell
They're
yeah.
Like, hell yeah, I'm about to get
I'm gonna get
some
them
food.
unexpected type shit. Like,
Midnight snack.
I'm gonna get a sleeping ass seal out here. Oh, look at this glowing ass one right here. Shining bright like a diamond up in the
oh my
water.
god.
Either way, I can't swim, so you'd never catch me at a beach,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Never catch me at a beach.
I
But yeah,
like that.
You're making
You know-
excuses for yourself.
You know, I was talking about this the other day with my brother. You know, it's people that can't swim that go to the pool and still chill in the pool.
I like to sit in the
Jose,
pool, dude.
You know, he likes.
I taught myself how to swim.
Have you finally taught yourself how to swim?
When I moved out into my own apartment with Sebastian, or our apartment, I mean, we had a nice ass fucking pool. And we were there, I mean, we moved at the perfect time, April, you know, right before summer. So we were at the pool every day.
Working on your dad bonds.
Every day, bro. And I taught myself how to swim. But the thing that was weird is that I only knew how when I was drunk, because I learned when I was drunk. So when I'd get sober, I'd be too anxious to even try. But when I'm drunk, dude, I'd be fucking on my shit.
Because you just free floating.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all swimming is.
Floating is the most relaxing thing I've ever learned how to do, because, you know, it sounds so like so small
Yeah.
to a normal person, floating.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone can float. But I never grew up around, you know, like people with pools and shit. So like I never even like tried really.
Yeah, you never even thought you could float.
Yeah, it's not that I couldn't think about it. Like I'm so old now, or not old, but like I'm older. My brain isn't used to it. So like I wouldn't let myself even try, because I would just get nervous and freak out, anxious. So I literally, like, once I learned how to float, I would rather float than swim around the pool.
Yeah.
I would literally just on my back, just fucking, it's the most smoothing thing ever. Just in your thoughts type shit by yourself. Like I would go to the pool by myself, in the middle of the day when no one's there, everyone's at work, and I would just hang out by myself listening. Like I have my waterproof speaker out, and I would just fucking listen to music and just like in my own thoughts type shit.
Yeah.
Back to the power of positivity, I was so strong on that back in the day.
Yeah.
I would wake up, I am worth it. I am thankful for this. Today's going to be a great day. I have way more than enough money. I'm going to make something out of today. Blah, blah, blah. I was just always on some
Your thoughts become
shit.
Things, man. Your thoughts really do become things.
It's crazy how that happens. And it's crazy how fast, once you change your mindset, how fast that really shit could go down. Because, I used to be, like, life used to be great for me. I'm not saying it isn't anymore, but life used to be great. I used to make, not a lot of money. I used to make more money than my parents, let's say that. So I was making some money. You know what I'm saying? And, like Memo knows, I would come over and spoil them. Like, I'd just give them random money. I bought my sister, a $400 Michael Kors purse and, a $100 matching hand wallet. And my mom got jealous, so I bought her the exact same $400 purse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to spoil them. I'd like to take care of them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was just like my mindset. So I was just like...
Because your thoughts become things, because the second you stop being
I woke up
that
every
way,
day saying, it's a marvelous day.
When you stop
God is good, God is great.
When you stop being in that mindset, you stop being in that mindset, I don't want to say it like decreases what happens, but you could say you're in a different space now.
I started getting comfortable and I started messing up way too much. And I started having darker thoughts. And those dark thoughts hit you quick. Yes, it changes your whole mood. It changes the way you act. It changes everything. Yeah. So I went from, being all the way up here, I started spiraling down real quick. Yeah. And a lot of it had to do with my drinking problem.
But you can turn that around real quick too.
It happened so naturally last year.
Yeah.
It started off this, like, I ended up in the hospital the very beginning of January last year. Because I was mixing a lot of uppers with alcohol, which is a downer. Mm-hmm. So my heart was going all over the place. I ended up in the hospital. They told me I might have to have surgery. You remember, I was laying in the hospital bed. You were right next to me, you and Sebastian. I was scared out of my mind. I don't remember. I don't have insurance. Like, I don't remember the last time I went for a regular checkup. So they were like, before, like, you're okay right now, but before you leave, I want to make sure everything's fine with you. So they did every test they could. $8,000 or more, whatever, in hospital bills. And they told me I might have to have surgery. That shit scared me because I've never had surgery before. And they were like, you're drinking like a 40-year-old, man. I was, 22, 20, like turning 22
I think you had just turned 21, yeah.
I was turning 22 at the time in March, and this was January. And, they were like, you gotta slow the fuck down, blah, blah, blah. That shit scared me. I quit drinking for about 3-4 months. I lost a lot of weight. I saved up so much. That's how we were able to move out because of this. And my mindset was just so much different. I woke up with energy. Every day, I don't want to be at home. Yeah. I would get up. I'd go wash my car. I'd go run some errands. I'd go every day I'd go do something.
Hell yeah.
I'd pick up more shifts at work and just make as much money as I could. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until we moved out into my own apartment where, the drinking, the partying, you're on your own.
It caught up to you. It caught up to you.
Girls over, blah, blah, blah. Like, I could finally have that freedom. So, I started going into my old routine, and for a few months, it was great. But then, out of nowhere, me and Sebastian would wake up, and as soon as we wake up, it's like 11, we're already starting to drink beers or take shots. Because we're on our own. We could do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'd start drinking from the mornings till night. And I noticed I turned into a huge alcoholic. And after a while, it was all fun and games.
And even now, you still drink a lot. Even now, you still drink a lot. I wouldn't say it's probably as much as you did back then, but even now.
No, back then, I would literally wake up, start drinking. Yeah. And drink to help me fall asleep till I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It was just rough. It was bad time.
Yeah.
It's something I'm still getting through. It's not the worst thing I've ever gone through. what sucks is that drinking is one of the hardest things to quit.
It probably doesn't help that we're drinking during the podcast either.
Well, I mean, the thing about drinking is that it's so social, and everyone does it.
Yeah.
So your whole mentality the whole time is that this is you're not.
Okay.
It's not like you're doing cocaine.
No.
Or something extreme. It's something so normal.
Yeah.
So you don't think of it as something so bad. You know what I'm saying? So, but once you start doing it all day, every day, that's when it gets bad. But I mean, drinking, like right now, I mean, I didn't start drinking until I got home and we started talking and having a conversation, just like our regular drunk podcast.
Yeah.
It's not like I've been drinking at work, like back then I would wake up, drink, go to work, drink at work, get off, drink. You know what I'm saying? That was literally my daily routine.
Yeah.
And now it's just, I come home tired, I might drink 2 beers and just fucking fall asleep because, that's how tired I am. I might drink fucking 16 because I'm off tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's random now. But back then, it was so much more, so much different. And it's very unhealthy. It's very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it can if you abuse it, and you let it abuse you.
Anything, though, can be bad if you abuse it, though, honestly.
Unless you're eating really healthy foods and working out. I mean,
that's what everyone tell me. They're like, if you're gonna drink, like, go work out in the morning first. Go work out first, and if you want to have some drinks later, have some drinks. But at least, be productive. But actually,
Well, yes.
Like eat better or work out if you're gonna have a couple drinks.
Yeah, because it is a little extra calories, but also.
See, the thing about me is at least back then, I wouldn't eat anything.
You would just straight drink.
Yeah.
I might munch a little bit when I'm, once I get drunk, but I would never eat. And that's back when I quit drinking for those 3-4 months, it sucks, but I would take a lot of Adderall. And it wasn't like I had a problem with it. I just I worked
with Adderall, you don't eat,
to
right?
work so
with
much.
Adderall, it doesn't make you hungry.
My diet was literally just like Adderall, and I would barely eat. I would munch a little bit. It doesn't make you hungry.
No.
And that helps me lose weight too. I mean, it's also very bad for you. And it gave me a lot of anxiety and heart problems. But I mean, I don't take that shit anymore. But I mean, for a couple months, I was doing that.
Can I just say that this episode was supposed to be all about positivity, and we're sounding really negative. I just want to put that out there. But if we bring it full circle, and bring up the positive of this
of life,
then maybe it will come out. Because right now it sounds really bad.
It's not just the positive life; it's just life in general. Yeah. And this is what life is real. It's real. Not just fucking dandelions. There's ups and downs, and that's what happens with life.
But
and
the thing is, you gotta choose. Like, everything is a choice.
Mind over matter.
I tell people that all the time. Everything that you do in your life is a choice.
Yeah.
You make a choice, and you have to live with that choice.
Cause and effects, dude. Because I know with me, I know it's not like a big choice, but my decision. And I know Jose and my sister don't believe it. My decision was to stop drinking soda.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that because my parents were like, oh, dude, you need to stop drinking soda. You're going to get fat, or you're going to get more fat, or get diabetes, stuff like that. I did it for myself because I would look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, I don't like what I see. Or I'd wake up and my kidneys would hurt. Or I'd wake up and I'd always be tired. Now, I quit drinking soda. I haven't drunk.
For those that don't know, Memo drinks a lot of soda. Or used to drink.
Yeah, I drank a lot of soda.
Yes.
So probably how Jose abused his beer, I would abuse soda. So I quit soda. I haven't had any soda. I've probably had about 2 cups since February 1st. Nice. Right? So I haven't had any soda. I wake up with more energy. My kidneys don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? I used to weigh 260. Now I weigh 230. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've lost weight. My pants fall. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear belts. Okay? My pants fucking fall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I could kind of...
That is awesome. For me, like, since I've known you forever, and I know it has been a big problem with you, like, it's awesome. Yeah. Like, a lot of people want to hear that and be like, what, soda? Like, whatever, Yeah.
But the thing is, I made the choice.
Yeah. Like, that is awesome.
But the thing is, I made that choice.
Yeah.
I made that choice.
Quit.
Nobody told me, no doctor told me, or no one else told me.
Because it's just like beer. Like,
I made the choice.
Not, I mean, obviously, it's not like a drug or anything, but soda is addicting.
I was abusing it, man. I really was abusing it.
If you're someone like Memo that doesn't drink or smoke, like food and
I'd have like 3 sodas in one sitting just because I was wanting soda.
And that's the thing I've been coming across with myself too. You know, I went into a real big health fit for a while, and then kind of tapered off, and then got an office job. Started sitting in the office, eating hella good food. You know what I'm saying, and munching down, just being a fat ass. And then
there's nothing wrong with being fat.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But now I'm back on my health fit.
You're back on your bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm back on my health fit. I'm back on my, being me, doing good, being healthy, like we're talking about. And one of those things, I've even contemplated on quit smoking weed, and that's a big thing. If anybody knows me, I've been smoking weed since I was like 13 years old. Like, I cheaped out pretty fast.
I've had some stories.
I don't know why, but weed is so easy for me to quit.
It is.
I mean, me, like, the first time I ever smoked weed, I was 11 years old. Once I started getting, like, really into it, I mean, I always, from 11, I mean, I would smoke every once in a while, but once I started going hard, which is weird to say, but you know how it is when you become a pothead.
Yeah, you
from 15 or 16 years old on, I smoked weed every single day of my life, and what amazes me is I used to not have a job until I turned 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the fuck. I guess selling weed, it just comes it just comes to you. Like, you're able to smoke every day. But I swear to God, I put this on my granny's kid. I put this on my fucking unborn child. Like, I smoked every day. And if Brian was here, he'd be able to vouch for me. We smoked every single day. Because he had a car, and he drove us to school every day from sophomore year up. And we smoked weed every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, like, if we didn't smoke weed that day, it would probably be like, what is going on? Like, we're not going to school. Let's figure out.
I'm glad you brought up weed. I'm glad you brought up weed because I have something to tell Terry. Okay, Terry, do you remember when everybody was going through their K2 phase?
Oh my god! Who the fuck doesn't remember that?
Oh my, we've had some shitty. I remember one time.
I remember people were like, K2. Like, what does that do? Have you ever done it? I'm like, have I ever done it?
Do y'all remember?
We used to roll blunts of that shit.
Every time people bring that shit up, I literally don't know if I'm, like, in a fucking coma still from that shit.
Probably.
And this is just a dream fucking
We're all
bullshit.
in a dream from that shit. Dude, what is crazy is I remember we would smoke so much K2. We used to smoke Diablo, and that shit is fucking god-awful. But I never really got that big of a high off of it as much as the people around me. Like, I'd see how they
Terry, I've seen
people have seizure. I've seen people talk crazy. I've seen people talk gibberish.
Whenever
that changed my whole
the reason
view
I
on
brought
that
up
shit.
K2 though is because I remember we had a Cadillac and we smoked it. And remember when the cop pulled up on us and Terry tried to talk to the cop?
No.
Terry, every time every time you would try to talk.
Who was it? That was a packed car. You, me. Were you in there?
Yeah, I was.
You, me, Terry, obviously. Jordan Horvath.
There was a bunch of us. And Terry's like, let me handle this when the cop came. Couldn't understand
Good thing he
him.
didn't search the car. We had the pipe, the K2, everything on us.
Bro.
And we were literally, the cop was like, hey,
Why
are y'all sitting in here?
Why didn't the cop ask why I was slurring?
He didn't say, dude.
He didn't say anything.
Let us go.
Yeah. He's like,
alright, so we're sitting in the driveway. He comes up.
He's like, what are y'all doing?
Walks up, and I guess he had got a call, He's like, what are y'all doing? And I think it was Jordan handled it pretty well. He was just talking to him. He's like, oh, well, we don't really have anywhere to hang out. We're all just chilling. Like, we decided to just sit in the car. We're just talking, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, K2 doesn't smell like, it doesn't smell like much. So it's not like there's weed, like the aroma of weed in the air or anything. So he didn't search us or anything. But I remember I had the pipe and everything right under my seat. And, dude, it was fucked.
K2 ruined weed for me, dude, because I used to be okay with weed. But whenever I would smoke K2, it freaked me out so bad that I couldn't smoke regular weed anymore because I would get those same feelings that I had on K2.
So I gotta take a piss. I'll handle this.
So for the longest time, I couldn't fucking smoke, like, at all, because K2 ruined it. I remember I almost died on K2 because of you, actually. Because I remember we were at our friend Michael Rodriguez's house, and we smoked K2, and we were sitting there watching Family Guy, right? And you and me are having a conversation, and I think something happened with, like, Peter and Stewie and Brian. And you're sitting there talking to me, and, like, we're having a normal conversation, And then out of nowhere, you just start talking like that, and I started to freak out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like trying to reassess the situation. I'm like, what's going on right now? Type thing. I go to splash some water in my face. Like I'm not, I'm freaking out at this point. And as I'm, I go back to sit down. As I'm sitting on the couch, I like have a vision of like the apartment complex that we're sitting in is burning down. Like it starts a fire and we're all dying. I have like a vision of that. And as soon as I snap out of it, I hear one of our friends go, dude, we should make pancakes. And that freaked me out so bad because I thought that I had seen into the future of us burning down the complex that I fucking was like, yeah, you guys, I'm going home. I'm not feeling well. So I fucking went home and I almost got hit by a car doing that shit. Because I crossed the street when I wasn't supposed to. And almost got hit by a fucking car. And that's your fault, Terry, because you freaked me out. You freaked me out, dude.
It's not my fault. You left. You should have just calmed the fuck down.
Man, no, K2, fuck K2. I just wanted to bring that up because it's definitely something that I experienced with you. So that's something I wanted to bring up.
And I'm glad none of us do that shit anymore.
No, that was a horrible phase. I don't even know why we got into that shit.
Because it was a cheap fix.
Hell no, dude. Fuck no. And,
There was a cheap fix for fucking people that wanted to get litty-titty.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we don't do that shit anymore, dude. So, Terry, I don't know what else we were going to talk about, but I'm glad you came on in as a guest, man, because we've been trying to get a guest on, and our original guest, it was going to be Sebastian today, but Sebastian just had to go off and go to Miami for some reason, and so he bailed. I tried calling...
Who did you go to Miami with?
I have no idea, but Sebastian, or I think he went with his family, but he bailed on us. And then I hit up your brother, and he was probably with his girlfriend and didn't hit me up.
Yeah, he's asleep on the couch with her right now.
Yeah, so I told Jose, I was like, I don't think we're going to do a podcast today, man, because I really want to have a guest on this episode. So I think we're not going to do a podcast. It wasn't until you texted Jose, and Jose's like, yeah, let's get Terry. And I was like, you know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's get Terry.
So to finish this up, though, it's all about just mindset. It's all about just... being positive. It's all about just focusing on what you want in life. Like for me, I've gone through it. What do I want? I want to be in shape. All right, done that, did that in 4 months. I'm doing that again right now. Because I got out of shape, so I'm actually turning the wheels a little faster. I'm gonna try to crank it out a little faster than 4 months. I'm actually not as heavy as I was at that time, so it's definitely doable. Might not be as shredded as I was after those 4 months of hardcore working out, but it is what it is. But it's the start steps of a good future. Just eating healthy, being right with the man upstairs, being right with yourself, just thinking
your peers about, as well, your friends, your family.
You want to tell people around you, hey, look, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing your work. I'm proud of you.
Exactly.
Just encourage people.
Which you've been doing great lately, huh?
Yeah, I've been just...
I can see it on you that you're pretty fucking happy.
Yeah, I've been pretty happy with work and everything, and I've been, just grinding and just keeping my nose down. I mean, granted, like when you work hard, there's still fucking shit that gets thrown at you, curveballs, bitches that get thrown at you randomly that just fuck you over on some nonsense ass shit. But you know what? You just got to keep your head up. You got to stay focused. You got to keep grinding. You got to make your money. I just got my third promotion and raise for this year.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Thank you guys. Well, it's the start of this year, but if we were to count, since last December, this would, technically be the third raise and promotion.
Congrats.
So,
yeah. Well, Terry, I'm glad you were able to come through, hang out with us for a little bit, hang out on the podcast.
Are y'all sending it off?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We have so much more beer to go through.
I know we have more beer, but if I don't cut it off soon, we're gonna talk for 3 hours, and it's just gonna be a long ass podcast.
It's a 2-parter, dude.
Yeah, Terry, we will definitely have you on in a future episode, man. I guarantee it. So,
all right, I like it.
So I'm just gonna shut this one off, and we're gonna call it
with the ASAP Mob shirt on.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a night, dude. We're gonna call it a night. So we're gonna toast real quick. Terry, you have your water. We have our beers.
Cheers to the boys.
So cheers to this podcast.
We drinking that 9.5 alkaline, healthy, organic.
So thank you for coming on, man. Definitely gonna have you on another episode. Thanks, guys, for listening to this episode, and we'll see y'all soon on the next one, man. Thanks.
Adios.